Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos special treatment by NFL. The Golden Bachelorette star, Joan Vassos, is about to head to hometowns with her last four guys. While her final decision will be difficult with the great guys she is dating, she has reassured everyone she is happy with the results. But in her life right now, she shows off a wonderful time with her family that came with special treatment by the NFL. Joan Vassos highlights her beauty and grace. While Joan Vassos is helping America work through the grieving process of life that hands people unexpected experiences, she is ushering healing for many. Undoubtedly, life isn't for the faint of heart. During the season of The Golden Bachelorette, Joan is open and honest about her struggles with moving on after losing the love of her life, Joan Vassos. Along with her, the men are following her lead. So many of the men in Joan's season are sharing their vulnerable life experiences that have many viewers in tears. Joan has said that every man who was on the show admitted they left the mansion as a better person. Unmistakably, her fineness is unmatched and encouraging to everyone watching this season. But Joan's elegance is also paired with her desire to have fun. Joan Vassos highlights her beauty and grace in everything she does. In her current life, she shows how she is enjoying her time with her family at an NFL game. Joan Vassos special treatment by NFL. On Instagram, Joan Vassos talked about a big day she had with her family. She captions, "Today was a touchdown for my family and I, who were hosted by the Washington Commanders for the game against the Carolina Panthers. Thank you, my Commanders, for making my grandkids' first NFL game with their JoJo so memorable." Although she didn't arrive with any of the remaining bachelors, Pascal Abdi, Jordan Heller, Chalk Chappell, or Guy Gansard, she has a great group of family with her. But Joan most likely will be happy to showcase her guy once the finale airs, unless she goes home alone. Then, she showed off a brand new jersey that was personalized for her with her favorite name, JoJo. Likewise, the entire family was taking in the game and the glory of being in the stadium for the win. Although finding love on reality TV isn't always fun and games, Joan Vassos is sharing the ups and downs and fans are enjoying her journey. But even in her daily life, Joan is showing how to have fun in her 60s. One fan says, "Love your JoJo jersey. So great at Commanders. Beautiful memory-making day. And they won. So I guess you're their new golden good luck charm." You have a beautiful family. I love watching The Golden Bachelorette. I have never watched those shows before, but with you on it, it sucked me in and I absolutely love it. And you? Joan Vassos never thought her life would take a turn toward the bright lights of reality TV, let alone in her golden years. At 64, the elegant, charming widow had become a household name thanks to her unexpected journey on The Golden Bachelorette. Her vulnerability, humor, and grace under pressure captivated the hearts of millions. Yet, amid the whirlwind of rose ceremonies, group dates, and tearful goodbyes, Joan had become the target of whispers about something much more unusual: special treatment from the NFL. It wasn't long after the first few episodes aired that eagle-eyed viewers noticed something strange. Joan had been sporting a few high-end NFL-branded outfits during her downtime on the show. A sleek, designer windbreaker with the iconic NFL logo made its appearance during a hiking date. And then, during one of the cocktail parties, she wore a dazzling pair of earrings that resembled footballs, adorned with tiny diamonds. Was it a coincidence? Had the Golden Bachelorette producers simply sprinkled in a bit of sports glamour for Joan? Or was there something more behind this? The answer lay much deeper than anyone imagined. Joan, unbeknownst to most, had a long history with the NFL that went back decades. As a young woman in her 20s, Joan had been married to a promising NFL player, a dashing linebacker who played for a team in the Midwest. Their love story had been one for the ages. High school sweethearts who made it through the pressures of an athletic career, but tragedy had struck early in their marriage. Joan's husband had suffered a career-ending injury and passed away unexpectedly a few years later. She never remarried, choosing instead to focus on raising their children and carving out a successful career for herself. But it wasn't just Joan's connection to the NFL that sparked these rumors of special treatment. The lead itself had seemingly taken an interest in her rise to fame. As the Golden Bachelorette season progressed, Joan found herself being invited to exclusive NFL events, such as charity galas and fundraisers. And that's where things got interesting. Cameras from the Golden Bachelorette captured her rubbing shoulders with NFL executives, players, and even coaches at these events, causing fans to speculate whether her involvement in the show was more than just about finding love. It was about rekindling her connection with the NFL. And then came the jaw-dropping moment. The NFL itself released a commercial featuring Joan. It was a heartfelt tribute, highlighting her strength and perseverance as a woman who had loved and lost in the world of football, yet continued to live with grace and purpose. In the commercial, Joan was seen talking candidly about the challenges of life after her husband's death, and how football had always been a thread that kept her connected to those memories. The NFL used her story as an inspirational campaign to attract older fans and shine a light on the personal stories behind the players and families who make up the league. "Football is about more than the game," Joan said in the ad, her eyes soft but clear. "It's about life, family, and the moments that connect us forever." The commercial exploded across social media, with fans of both the Golden Bachelorette and the NFL pouring out their admiration for Joan. Some saw it as a brilliant crossover moment. After all, reality TV and sports had never intersected in quite this way before. Others, however, began to wonder if Joan was receiving preferential treatment, with some even suggesting that her presence on the Golden Bachelorette was being used to promote the NFL. Suddenly, everything about Joan's journey seemed under a microscope. Was she getting more airtime than the other contestants because of her connection to the league? Was the NFL using her story to tap into the coveted female demographic that made up a large portion of the Golden Bachelorette's audience? The conspiracy theories buzzed on fan forums, with some claiming the NFL had pulled strings behind the scenes to ensure Joan's storyline remained front and center. Despite the noise, Joan remained unfazed. She carried herself with the same grace that had won the hearts of millions on the show. If anything, the newfound attention only seemed to bolster her confidence. But behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. According to sources close to the show, Joan had received special accommodations not afforded to the other contestants. From private phone calls to NFL representatives to exclusive, off-camera meetings, it seemed like the lead was taking a vested interest in her success on the show. One of the most telling moments came when the Golden Bachelorette crew organized a special group date that involved playing flag football. It was no secret that Joan had been given more one-on-one coaching by an NFL player who had been brought in as a guest. Other contestants struggled to keep up, but Joan moved with the elegance of someone who had spent her life around the sport. Fans couldn't help but notice that while others were huffing and puffing, Joan looked like she was having the time of her life. The speculation reached a fever pitch during the final few episodes of the season, when Joan received a highly coveted hometown date with the remaining suitors. One of these dates was unlike any other in the Bachelorette history, a VIP tour of an NFL stadium, complete with a meet and greet with legendary players. Joan, smiling from ear to ear, looked like she had found a piece of herself she thought she'd lost long ago. The contestants were awestruck, but some fans weren't so impressed, calling it a blatant example of Joan's special treatment by the NFL. As the season approached its finale, Joan's storyline continued to be one of the most compelling. She had rekindled not just a chance at love, but also her deep connection to a world that had once been her lifeline. The NFL had embraced her as one of their own, and in doing so, helped Joan rediscover parts of herself she had long since buried. When the final rose was handed out, it wasn't just about finding love for Joan. It was about rediscovering her identity, and in a way, she had done that through her reconnection with the NFL. Whether or not there had been any actual special treatment from the league became irrelevant. Joan had won over the hearts of the viewers, and in doing so, she had brought two worlds, reality TV and football, together in a way no one could have predicted. Perhaps, in the end, the NFL wasn't giving Joan special treatment. Perhaps it was simply welcoming her back to a family she never really left.